Which sentence has an incorrect form of a verb? Verbs tell us a lot about when a sentence takes place. For example, I went tells us this event took place in the past, I go tells us it's happening currently, I will go happens in the future, etc. With this in mind, let's go through our choices and see if the verb tenses match up with when their sentences are taking place. A. Sentence 9. Can tourism survive until 2024? We need to rethink and remodel our way of doing things so that we can survive until tourism rebounds, he tells CNN. Our verbs in this sentence, need and can, are in the present tense, which reflects their current situation. They're in a present state of figuring out how tourism can survive until 2024. As everything is in place here, we can mark this choice off. B. Sentence 11. The Great Wildlife Census will be critical to understanding and protecting the more than 1,000 species that are native to Kenya, some of which will see alarming population declines over the last few decades, according to scientists. Here we have the verb will see in the future tense, but the sentence uses the phrase over the last few decades, indicating that this happened in the past. It would be correct to say some of which have seen, in the past tense, alarming population declines over the last few decades. As this sentence has an incorrect form of a verb, this is likely our answer, but if we'd like to be cautious, we can take a look at our other choices. C. Sentence 12. Using GPS trackers, aircraft, camera traps, and significant manpower, Kenya's Wildlife Service will count everything from the regal giraffe to the endearing cat-sized dik-dik over 3 months. This sentence has a verb in the present, using, and a verb in the future, will count. However, both are appropriate in their respective contexts. Will count is correct in the future tense as the counting hasn't actually happened yet, and using is correct in the present tense as it's part of a participial phrase, providing more information regarding the independent clause. Because it's attached to the independent clause, which is already in the future tense, we understand that this verb applies to what kind of technology they will be using in the future. This being the case, this choice can be marked off. And D. Sentence 13. They will focus on rare species, including the pangolin, often illegally traded, the Sitatunga antelope, aardvarks, and hedgehogs, none of which have ever been counted before. Again, as this is describing a future project, it makes sense that our verb, will focus, is in the future. Based on this, we can mark this choice as incorrect and mark our original answer, choice B, as our final answer.